Alright, welcome to the video here for lesson number 7 on the constructions in parallelogram. So finally a lesson here with no proofs. I know some of you are excited about that. So let's take a look at our homework here. So for the first question homework, it says to construct the altitude. So to construct an altitude, remember that's going to wind up being a 90-degree angle. So if I do that, I'm going to go through and start by making a semicircle from the vertex that I'm trying to construct it to, so vertex D. So unlike the example that we did in class, this one can intersect the base twice. So I'm going to make two little points there. So I'll make one here and one here. Those 2 points, if I go through and make circles around them, and again, I don't have to make full circles here, I wind up having a perpendicular bisector. So one thing that's nice about the perpendicular bisector is it's perpendicular. So that's why we're using that for this proof, or this, sorry, I'm so used to saying proof, for this construction. So then if I go through and use my pen, I can make this, we'll call this E. So then we can say that DE is the altitude. Let's take a look at number 2. So number 2 asks us to find the perpendicular bisector. So for perpendicular bisector, we're going to start by opening up our compass. So it's more than half the distance from R to U. Make 2 semicircles, one from R and one from U. Where those 2 circles intersect is the perpendicular bisector. Now because it's a perpendicular bisector, remember when we draw this is a line. So we want to draw this and put arrows on the end of it. So make sure that you do that with your pen. And the last one, this is probably the most interesting question. It is a construction that we did not do in class today, so this is a throwback question. So in class we talked about all these other constructions, but we never did a angle bisector. So angle bisector for angle rut. So that means U is the angle we're trying to cut in half. So I'm going to start by making a full circle around U. Where that circle intersects, I'm going to make 2 points, one here and one here. And I'm going to make 2 more circles around that same exact point. Where those 2 circles intersect winds up being the angle bisector. So if I draw a line, we'll do it green, from U through that point of intersection, I notice it goes through point S, or at least should go through point S. Why? The reason why is because in a rhombus, the angles are bisected by the diagonals. So because this is an angle bisector, it should create a diagonal. So the bottom question says, what do you notice about the bisector? It's a diagonal of the rhombus. And why do you think this happens? The answer to that is because the diagonals bisect the angles. Nice short video for tonight. Hopefully this helps. Make sure you're checking your answers on these, and make sure you start studying for that big test on Wednesday. Have a great night. Good night.